Hello, we are here for one more lesson of this SprutCAM training course, and the topic for today will be the mill turn machining. So this is, in the end, this is a little of a resume or a group of what we've seen for these past videos regarding either milling and turning. So we have the operations available, but the main difference it is we can do both group of operations on the same machine. So we've seen for milling we have a kinematic for a certain type of machine, and for turning the same. So they are different types of machine with different movements, with different things. There is a group of machines that joins these two groups of operations. We have an example. This example is installed with SprutCAM, and basically it does, as I said, both type of operations. The main and very important issue on this type of operations, it is the proper definition of the machine kinematics. Okay, if we open the machine, this is long, so it's not possible to see all the topics in one of these videos, because usually this definition is very specific for each type of equipment, and the configuration for a post-processor, it is long, it is difficult, it's not an easy process, and most of the time we have to test to be sure that all it is properly defined, with no errors, with no problems, because a collision of the machine with some movable part or with a part, it is usually not very good. So when I said the proper definition, you see that we have a lot of things around here. I'm not sure if I will be able to open them. So we need to set all of these dimensions, all of these travel lengths, frame of the machine for being visible. Okay, with a lot of things around, so we can see a lot of these things. Description, this is not very very important, but you see in terms of all the things, all the elements we have on the machine, we have to create definitions for all of these things. Okay, so keep opening and opening to see, oh, in this part of the equipment I can do this type of job, on the other part I can do that type of job. So it is long, it is hard. Control parameters, so machine state in terms of the axis. You see that this is not very linear, it's a little more difficult than all the previous steps we've seen. Okay, so I will show you an example running of the type of work we can do in this. It's again, it's a standard example, but I think it shows very well what it is possible to do. Oops. Let us restart this again, because it was very fast, so a little slower now. So you see we have two turrets where we can put parts. So in this particular operation now we are doing a turning operation. We have several tools which can be called to do different to do different things. Okay, this is turning from axial position to radial position. Now milling operation. When I say everything must be perfectly defined in terms of the movement and the kinematics on the working area, it is because of this. A lot of things are moving, so we cannot risk to have problems. You see that the part change from one turret to another one. to make milling on this side. So it is it's not easy in this particular case to have everything defined, and most probably this require the help of SprutCAM or our help to properly define the post processors and the machine, because usually it's not an easy task. In this video, basically, my purpose was to show you what we can do so that you can understand what type of operations and what type of what type of movement we can have with this group of operations. But it is not easy, and it's not feasible to show you the complete definition of machine parameters. Okay, maybe it's also a good idea if you have a machine that it's similar to something that is already installed in SprutCAM. You can, instead of starting from scratch, grab one of these examples and try to change what it is different in your equipment, and then as a starting point to see if you achieve something. If not, again, you can contact us, and we will give you all the support and explanations that you may need. I hope that with this brief example, you can understand at least the concept for this mill turning machining, and that this at least give you a clear idea of what is possible to achieve with this.